Hey guys, it's Boy Tamara, and this video we're gonna go over using the partial components in here, and styles. Like, why do we separate styles from our main pages? So right now, this one that I'm in right now, it's that I'm on right now, excuse me, is the index.html. This is the page that's always gonna load right when you go to your main website. If it's www uh, boyspamasubius.com, this is going to be the first page that loads. Anything that's named index will be the first one. That's technically the home page. You don't really name it home.html, you name it index. But here, let's go over line by line. So we have everything's nested in the HTML. We have the head tags, and remember the head tags will contain like the page title, and this is like whatever in this tag right here is going to be on the tabs. Like right here where the tabs are, it's going to say that, and it says homepage, and go over it says homepage right there, right? Um, this right here is link. This is how we are. Oh, sorry. Let's separate that a little bit. This line right here is we're just linking a certain font that we want that we don't want to download. We just want to grab it from the internet. So we're just grabbing a font from the internet here. So don't really worry about that. Here it's ooh, what the heck just happened? Let me just control Z. That's why. Uh, there we go. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Okay, there we go. This is another link. And this attribute is called rel, and relationship is just a style sheet. href, it's what's the location of that file, and it's styles.css, and it's right here over my cursor. But this is where we're going to put all of our styles. Again, I like to separate them. Reason being is that if I'm going to have a page that's going to have a whole bunch of styles on it, I don't want to keep on. I don't want to keep on updating this particular file if I'm making changes to a certain selector. Like if I said P, remember I selected a P paragraph, and let's say H1s or whatever, and I want those colors to be, oh man, I want those colors to be to green or something like that. I don't want to declare way too many, like styles on a whole bunch of elements on just a page. I just want to separate them in its own file. It just makes it cleaner. Your page, your site page is not going to be that long. It's going to be pretty clear on how you can do it on your separate file. But let's go ahead and go back to here. So in our main page, um, we have our body, and the body is anything that's going to show in the browser window, which is here, is going to be in between the body. So in the last video, we talked about using a div element, which again is arbitrary, but then we give it an ID of whatever it is. But this one we're going to call container. So everything all the elements that we're going to have in here are going to be, um, nested under the container. So how that's going to look like, it's going to, it's if we actually selected that again, let me just bring up style again. See, that's why it's annoying to keep on, adding styles up here. It's hard to maintain, and that's all it is. It's all about being clear and maintain, and just having a well-structured website. But I'm going to do the pound sign, which is for the ID. This is just kind of translation. This means ID. Okay, and then it's called container. 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 So everything that I put in here, it's gonna anything that I style in here, all the properties and values will will affect any element that's in between here. Okay, so that's just I'm just gonna leave that like that for now. But so let me just take that out. I'll just leave that there for now. Let's just make some space too. So what I was talking about earlier about how to use these partials is that each like index, gallery, contact, and all those pages they're going to contain the navigation, right? And they're going to contain a footer, and all those navigation and footers are going to be the same. And you don't want to repeat them all the time. You don't want to keep on writing that code. So that's why I have partials. It's a better way to just kind of grab it as you go. So if we go to navigation, let's open this file right here. This is called navigation.html. Notice how it's not like wrapped around HTML stuff. That's how I designed it because I mean it's not going to be the way that you want to publish it, but I'm just having these files to be really pretty small. How are we going to use these components? All these partials are always going to start off with the style tag, and then it's going to have this HTML stuff right here. And this is our navigation right here section. What we want to do, we want to copy and paste this code in between the container div inside index.html. But really, we actually want to repeat that in all of our site pages, right? Because this navigation is going to go on all the site pages. See how we have this div, and this div has a ID attribute of navigation, and it has a class that's called clear floats. Because I'm gonna, when we talked about floats before, when things floated left or right, sitting next to each other, that's how I want to position all these elements. So I mean, we'll go over that line by line. And right here we have this, link, and then this link is the logo. I have this href right here. I have it as a link because every time I want you to click on, when you hover over the logo, it's going to be a clickable link and it's going to take us to here, right? If I change the logo that we have here to, I don't know, go to like contact page, if you click on it, it would go to the contact page because it's a link, it's a hyperlink. And under that, I have nested inside there. It's a div with the class of links. Again, we'll go over all those styles. And then inside of this div, it's going to contain all of our hyperlinks for our navigation to go to. So how we're going to use these files, we're going to start from this comment line and go up to here, navigation section right there. And I'm just going to Control C or, Apple C, Command C, whatever it is on Mac. But let's just copy that. And let's go back to our index.html. And it says insert reusable components here. All these partial files, we're going to throw them in between here. So let's just do the first one. The first one's going to be navigation. So I'm just going to paste it. So I just pasted that navigation and see how it's not indented correctly. I want to make sure that it's indented correctly. I'm just going to hit tab. So now it's, nested in there, all nice and tidy. So let's just save that. Let's just go back to our browser window and let's just refresh that. See, so we have this logo. See how it's like the cursor turns to a finger? It's because it's a link. It's an anchor tag that has a link on it, and then it has an image of that because remember we can nest images, we can nest files inside. I mean, we can nest elements inside of other elements, and this is a use case where I'm making this image element as a link. All right, so it's right here. So click on it, it takes us back to the index, see right there. And then we have this div class that has these hyperlinks in there too. All right, so let's inspect it through here. We'll go in here, we'll open that. Remember how I did that? I just right clicked and inspect element. See how that's wrapped in a container. And container has this right here. See, navigation. And navigation right there. It doesn't have any styles yet, but I'll show you that. So again, all these partials will have associated styles and HTML elements in it. But this right here has, see that? It's navigation. And this right here, if we open up this link, it's just the image. See, and the image just kind of wraps around this whole thing right here. And then we have this one, which is the links. We open it up. We have nested links. All right. There you go. Okay. So let's use, how about we just take all these? Let's take this. Let's copy that and let's repeat that on all of our pages because we're going to want the navigation on all of our pages, right? So let's go to the about. Oh man, this is kind of odd, but just paste that. And, God, this is kind of ugly right now. Looks kind of weird. There we go. I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah. Let's just save that. And let's go to our contact page again. I'm going to repeat this. See, I don't know why it's doing that, but just to clean it up, I just always hit tab to know that it's nested inside here. See? So now we have it on there. It's on the contact page. Let's do the gallery page. Same thing. We're gonna nest inside there. And that. Right here. I guess so. Nah, I guess that works. I don't know. Looks okay. All right. So that's just kind of a quick overview on how we're going to use our, just the component files. Then the next video, we're going to go over these that are going to be associated with styles. Okay, thanks. Later.